Welcome back to the channel Numismatics, where we uncover the secrets of coins that could turn into a gold mine for collectors. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of top 5. First up, the United States American $1 coin from 1776 to 1976, famously known as the bicentennial Eisenhower Dollar. This coin is not just a piece of history. It could be worth a fortune in today's market, and the right one could make you rich overnight. Now, you might be thinking, how can a coin that's not even pure gold or silver be worth thousands? The answer lies in rarity, condition, special minting errors, and collector demand. This particular bicentennial dollar has hidden gems among its variations, and certain rare examples have shocked the market with massive auction prices. The bicentennial dollar was issued in 1975 and 1976 to celebrate America's 200th birthday. Instead of the usual eagle reverse, the coin featured a special design by Dennis R. Williams, a depiction of the Liberty Bell superimposed on the moon. The obverse still bore President Dwight D. Eisenhower's portrait, but with a dual date 1776 to 1976. This dual-dated dollar was never produced with just the year 1975 or 1976 alone. It always carried both years to honor the country's bicentennial. Millions were struck, but only a small percentage came out in special compositions, rare errors, or exceptional conditions that command sky-high prices today. The U.S. Mint produced these coins in both copper-nickel-clad and 40% silver-clad versions. The silver versions were mostly struck for collectors and sold in special packaging, making them more valuable right from the start. In today's market, the most expensive 1776 to 1976 $1 coins are the rarest varieties, especially those with special mint errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and wrong planchet strikes. Some of these have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Condition is another huge factor. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in perfect mint state 67 or proof 70 condition can reach astronomical prices, as pristine examples are extremely hard to find. The silver-clad proof versions minted in San Francisco with the S mint mark are particularly sought after. If yours is a deep cameo proof in flawless condition, you might be looking at several $1,000s in value. One of the most famous high-value examples is a rare 1976 Eisenhower Dollar struck on a silver planchet intended for a different coin. Such an error can make your coin worth over $30,000 in the right auction. Another big money variation is the Type 1 versus Type 2 reverse. Type 1 has a bolder, blockier font on United States of America, while Type 2 features a thinner, more elegant lettering. Certain mint and type combinations are far rarer, and thus worth significantly more. In recent years, auction records have proven the power of this coin's rarity. A 1776 to 1976 silver-clad proof Eisenhower Dollar graded PR 70 deep cameo sold for over $7,000. Despite millions of similar coins existing, its perfect grade made all the difference. Another example is an error coin from the Philadelphia Mint that sold for over $15,000 due to being struck on the wrong metal blank. This shows how even modern coins can rival the values of some ancient rarities. High-grade mint state business. Strike coins can also bring surprising prices. A regular copper-nickel-clad 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower Dollar in MS67 has sold for $3,000 to $5,000 simply due to its immaculate surfaces. Collectors are willing to pay big money because they know the supply of these rare condition coins will never increase. Once they're locked into private collections, they're off the market for decades, driving prices even higher. To see if your bicentennial dollar might be valuable, start by checking the mint mark, S for San Francisco, D for Denver, and no mint mark for Philadelphia. Then, inspect the condition under good lighting and magnification. If your coin appears flawless, consider professional grading. A small investment in grading fees could reveal that you have a multi-$1,000 treasure in your hands. Look for signs of silver content. Silver-clad coins have a brighter, whiter edge compared to the brownish copper core visible on clad coins. Weighing the coin can also confirm silver content. Silver versions are slightly heavier. The 1776 to 1976 bicentennial Eisenhower Dollar isn't rare in general, but rare variations and perfect condition examples can be life-changing finds. This is why it's important to check every coin carefully. Your next paycheck could be hiding in plain sight in your coin jar. So, whether you inherited a collection, found one in change, or bought a few from a flea market, don't underestimate the bicentennial dollar. With the right features, it's a ticket to overnight riches in today's booming coin market. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this potential jackpot coin, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden treasures in your pocket change. Who knows? The next coin we talk about could be sitting in your collection right now, waiting to make you rich.
Next up today, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. currency, focusing on one specific coin that has been creating excitement in today's coin market, the 1978 United States American $1 coin. This coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but certain rare variations and conditions can make it worth serious money, potentially enough to make you rich overnight. The 1978 $1 coin is part of the Eisenhower Dollar series, often referred to as the I dollar. It was the last year this series was produced before the U.S. Mint transitioned into the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollars in 1979. Because it marked the end of an era, the 1978 issue already carries a special place in numismatic history. At face value, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar is, of course, worth just $1. But as collectors know, the value of coins depends on far more than what's stamped on them. Factors like rarity, condition, mint mark, and errors can transform an everyday coin into a jackpot find. Let's first look at the basic details. The obverse of the 1978 Eisenhower dollar features a portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, designed by Frank. The reverse shows the American eagle landing on the moon, a design that commemorates the Apollo 11 mission, one of America's proudest achievements. In 1978, these coins were struck at three mints: Philadelphia, with no mint mark; Denver, with a D mint mark; and San Francisco, with an S mint mark. The San Francisco Mint primarily produced proof versions of the coin, intended for collectors rather than everyday circulation. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 25 million pieces, while the Denver Mint struck more than 33 million. The San Francisco Mint produced around 3 million proof coins. With such high numbers, most 1978 Eisenhower dollars aren't rare in circulated condition. But the story changes when we talk about grade and errors. Condition is king in coin collecting. A 1978 Eisenhower dollar that has been heavily circulated may only fetch a few dollars above face value. But if you have one in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those graded mint state 65 or higher by PGS or NGC, the value can skyrocket. For example, an ordinary circulated 1978 Eisenhower dollar might be worth $2 to $5, but in higher grades, such as MS-66 or MS-67, collectors are willing to pay hundreds of dollars. This is because very few coins survive without scratches, bag marks, or other flaws from the minting and handling process. Even more exciting are the proof coins struck in San Francisco. While many proof coins can be purchased for under $20, rare examples graded PR-70D Cameo, absolutely flawless, have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars at auctions. Now, let's talk about error coins. This is where the big money lies. Error coins are mistakes made during the minting process, and they are always highly sought after by collectors. For the 1978 Eisenhower dollar, certain double die off-center strikes and planchet errors have been recorded. One of the most famous errors is the double die error, where the lettering or design appears doubled. A strong double die on a 1978 Eisenhower dollar can fetch thousands of dollars, depending on visibility and condition. Off-center strikes are another rare variety. If a $1,978 coin was struck incorrectly, so that part of the design is missing or misaligned, it instantly becomes a collectible oddity worth big money. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value, sometimes reaching several $1,000s. Then there are wrong planchet errors. If a 1978 Eisenhower dollar was accidentally struck on a smaller or different metal blank, it can be worth a fortune. Such minting mistakes are incredibly rare and always command top dollar at auctions. Auction history tells us the true potential of this coin. Some high-grade 1978 Eisenhower dollars have sold for over $5,000, especially when certified by PGS or NGC in near-perfect condition. Era coins, depending on rarity, have gone for even higher amounts, sometimes reaching well into the five-figure range. For collectors, this means that a simple coin you might find in your old change jar or inherit from a relative could be worth thousands if it has the right characteristics. That's why it's so important to carefully check and grade your $1,978. Certification is key when it comes to selling valuable coins. Professional grading services like and NGC verify authenticity, grade the condition, and encapsulate the coin for protection. Collectors are always willing to pay a premium for certified coins. The 1978 Eisenhower dollar is also a nostalgic piece of history. Being the last year of issue for the series, it represents the end of the large-sized dollar coin in circulation. That historical significance adds to its collectible value, making it more than just a piece of metal. So, while most $1,978 may only bring in a few bucks, the rare gems, those flawless proofs, high-grade mint state coins, and spectacular era varieties, are the ones that can truly change your financial future overnight. If you're lucky enough to own a 1978 Eisenhower dollar, don't dismiss it as pocket change. Thanks for watching, friends. If you enjoyed learning about the rare and valuable 1978 $1 coin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden treasures in the world of coins. Who knows? The next coin in your pocket might just make you rich overnight. Eye it closely. Look for mint marks, check for errors, and if it appears to be in pristine condition, consider sending it for professional grading. In conclusion, the 1978 US $1 coin has the potential to be a treasure hiding in plain sight. Whether it's a rare proof, a high-grade mint state, or a dramatic era coin, the value can be life-changing. So, keep your eyes open, check your coins, and you just might strike gold. Or in this case, silver-colored Eisenhower treasure. Thanks for watching, friends. If you enjoyed learning about the rare and valuable 1978 $1 coin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden treasures in the world of coins. Who knows? The next coin in your pocket might just make you rich overnight.
Next up, have you ever come across a 1971 United States $1 coin and thought, it's just a regular coin? Well, think again. This seemingly ordinary piece of metal could be your golden ticket to big money. Yes, we're talking about the 1971 Eisenhower Dollar, a coin that might be sitting in your pocket change or coin jar right now. But some rare versions of this coin can make you rich overnight. The 1971 Eisenhower Dollar was the first $1 coin issued by the U.S. Mint since the peace dollar in 1935. It was created to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower and also to commemorate the Apollo 11 moon landing, making it historically significant. Most 1971 Eisenhower dollars are made of copper nickel and were not intended to be collectible. However, certain versions, especially the silver-clad coin struck in San Francisco, are extremely desirable to collectors. But that's not where the real money lies. The coin was minted in 3 primary locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. The Philadelphia 1971 dollar is the most common, but condition and special errors can make it incredibly valuable. Now, here's where it gets exciting. If your $1,971 coin has no mint mark and looks slightly different in weight or luster, you might be holding a rare error coin or an experimental planchet strike. These are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Collectors go absolutely crazy for high-grade 1971 Eisenhower dollars, certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A regular 1971 Ike in your change might be worth $1, but a perfect grade MS 67 or above, that could be worth $3,000 to $8,000, depending on the condition. Let's not forget the holy grail of 1971 Eisenhower dollars, the prototype or trial strike coins. These rare few were made from leftover silver planchets or with different dies. One such prototype sold for $264,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right. Some rare 1971 S silver-proof dollars, struck with mirror-like finish, can fetch upward of $10,000 if graded PR 70 deep cameo, the highest possible grade in proof coin collecting. Errors are where collectors go wild. Double dies, off-center strikes, and transitional errors, such as coins struck on leftover 40% silver blanks, can fetch anywhere from $500 to $5,000 based on rarity and demand. The weight of the coin can also be a giveaway. Standard copper-nickel-clad coins weigh 22.68 grams, while the rare silver versions weigh 24.59 grams. Always weigh your $1,971. A few extra grams can mean a few extra $1,000. But don't just go by weight. Check for the edge. Silver coins will have a clean, smooth edge with consistent color. Copper-nickel coins show a distinct copper stripe on the edge. That tiny detail can mean a massive difference in value. Grading is everything. A 1971 Eisenhower dollar, in poor condition, may only be worth face value. But in mint state, especially MS-66 or higher, the value increases drastically. Only a small number of these coins survive in such pristine condition. The San Francisco Mint also produced 40% silver uncirculated and proof versions. These coins were sold directly to collectors in special government-issued packaging. Still sealed versions could be worth hundreds if untouched and properly stored. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins with unique characteristics, like frosted details, ultra-deep mirrors, or strong strikes. The 1971 Eisenhower Dollar offers all those possibilities if you look closely. Did you know that some of these coins were mistakenly struck on planchets meant for other coins, like the Susan B., Anthony Dollar, or even foreign currency? These mint errors are extremely rare and can bring $10,000 or more at auction. One collector struck gold when they found a 1971 Eisenhower Dollar with a dramatic double die reverse. The lettering and images appeared twice on the same side of the coin. That rare piece sold for over $12,000 in a bidding war. Be aware of fakes. With so much value at stake, counterfeiters often try to replicate rare versions. Always have your coin authenticated by a professional grading service before trying to sell it. So, where can you sell such coins? Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are great options. Even eBay has become a hotspot for rare coin sales, but only for certified and authenticated coins. If you find a $1,971 coin that seems unique, whether by weight, mint mark, shine, or error, don't dismiss it. You could be holding something worth thousands and potentially life-changing money. The demand for high-quality 1971 Eisenhower dollars is only increasing. With more collectors entering the hobby and fewer high-grade coins available, prices continue to climb each year. This is your chance to cash in on that forgotten coin lying in your drawer. So, don't overlook your change. The 1971 Eisenhower Dollar may just be your ticket to overnight riches. Get your coin checked, get it graded, and you might be the next lucky collector to strike it big with just one single dollar. Next up, are you holding on to a 1974 U.S. Eisenhower dollar coin and thinking it's just pocket change? Think again. That $1 might just be your golden ticket to a fortune. In today's video, we're diving into the world of rare and valuable 1974 Eisenhower dollars that are worth big money, potentially thousands of dollars. Get ready to be amazed as we uncover why this coin is turning heads in today's market. The 1974 Eisenhower Dollar coin, named after the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower, was part of a series minted from 1971 to 1978. These coins are larger than modern dollars and were the last U.S. dollar coins intended for general circulation that didn't use precious metals in the base version. But what makes the 1974 issue so special? Keep watching. While millions of these coins were minted, not all of them are created equal. Some 1974 dollars, especially those in pristine condition, rare variations, or unique strikes, are catching the attention of collectors, dealers, and auction houses. The price tag on some of these can blow your mind. To understand its value, we first need to look at the three main types of 1974 dollars. The Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. The Denver Mint, marked with AD. and the San Francisco Mint marked with an S. Each of these can carry a different value, especially depending on their finish: circulated, uncirculated, or proof. Let's begin with the 1974 Philadelphia Eisenhower Dollar, the one with no mint mark. Around 27 million of these were minted. While that sounds like a lot, very few survive today in pristine, high-grade condition. A standard circulated example might only fetch $1 to $2, but an MS67 plus grade, you're looking at $1,000 or more at auction. What about the 1974 D. Eisenhower Dollar? These were minted in Denver and are slightly more common than their Philadelphia counterparts, with over 45 million made. Again, common circulated examples aren't worth much, but when graded MS67 or higher, collectors are willing to pay hundreds, and sometimes more. The real treasures, however, lie in the 1974 S. Eisenhower Dollars. These were produced in both uncirculated 40% silver and proof 40% silver versions. That's right. Some of these coins are partially made of silver, and that alone boosts their base value. If you have one, especially in original packaging or certified by a grading company, you could be sitting on a small fortune. A 1974 S40% silver uncirculated Eisenhower Dollar in top condition, MS69, can easily command over $2,000 at auction. Even a more modest MS67 example can go for $100 to $300 depending on eye appeal and toning. The key here is condition. The shinier, the better. Now let's talk proofs. Specifically, the 1974 S Silver Proof Eisenhower Dollar. These were sold to collectors in special sets and are some of the most beautifully struck coins of the era. When graded PR69 or PR70 Deep Cameo DCM, these coins can skyrocket in value, some fetching over $3,000. There's also buzz around errors and varieties. These are where the money really starts rolling in. If you have a 1974 Ike dollar with a double die obverse DDO or a double die reverse DDR, you might be looking at $5,000 or more, especially if the error is prominent and the coin is graded high. Another ultra-rare error is the off-center strike or clip planchet. These striking errors make the coin appear incomplete or oddly shaped. Depending on severity and condition, these types of errors on a 1974 Eisenhower Dollar can command anywhere between $500 and $2,500. But the rarest of all? A few prototype strike 1974 Eisenhower Dollars exist. These coins were struck before final dies were approved and may show unique design differences or proof-like surfaces. When found and authenticated, they can sell for over $10,000. One specific 1974 S Silver Eisenhower Dollar graded PR 70 Deep Cameo by PGS sold for over $8,500 at auction. Why? Perfection. Coins graded PR 70 are flawless under 5x magnification, and collectors pay a premium for that level of perfection. If you're holding on to a 1974 Ike dollar, it's time to inspect it. Look closely at the fields, the lettering, the edge, and the luster. Is there any doubling? Is it in mint condition? You could be looking at a valuable rarity hiding in plain sight. And don't forget about grading. Having your coin graded by a top-tier grading service like PCGS or NGC can significantly increase its value. A raw coin might fetch $10, but a graded version could sell for $1,000 plus depending on the grade and rarity. Be cautious of fakes and counterfeits. With value so high, it's no surprise some people try to create lookalikes. Always have rare coins authenticated by a professional before you attempt to sell or insure them. Many people have found valuable coins in old boxes, coin jars, or inherited collections. So before you spend that $1,974 or toss aside, get it checked. It could be your ticket to an unexpected payday. Coin shows, local coin dealers, and online marketplaces like eBay and heritage auctions are great places to compare your coin. Watch for listings that show high auction prices for similar coins in top condition. What makes these coins exciting is the mix of history, rarity, and potential value. The Eisenhower Dollar honors a president, went to moon, featured on the reverse with the Apollo 11 insignia, and now might just change your life if you own the right one. So don't let that dollar coin sit forgotten in a drawer. Whether at a high-grade Philadelphia mint, a 40% silver San Francisco proof, or a dramatic mint error, the 1974 Eisenhower Dollar is one of the most surprising hidden gems in American coin collecting. Next up, today's video is all about a coin that might just be hiding in your collection, forgotten in a drawer or tucked away in an old coin folder, the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar. This United States $1 coin could be worth serious money in today's collector market, and some rare examples have sold for jaw-dropping amounts that could change your life overnight. The Eisenhower Dollar series ran from 1971 to 1978, and among these, the 1972 S stands out, especially certain proof and silver versions. While the coin was never made with the same precious metal content as older silver dollars like the Morgan or Peace dollars, special strikes from the San Francisco Mint in 1972 featured 40% silver content and astonishing quality, making them prime targets for collectors. Let's start with the basics. The 1972 Eisenhower Dollar was minted in San Francisco and came in two varieties, the 40% silver proof and the 40% silver uncirculated version. These were not released for general circulation, but were instead produced for collectors through special mint sets. That's one reason why many people never encounter them in their everyday pocket change. Now here's where things get exciting. While millions were minted, over 2.6 million proof versions and around 2.2 million uncirculated versions, not all of them are created equal. The value skyrockets for coins in pristine condition, especially those graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC at the top levels of MS69, PR69 DCM, or even the nearly perfect PR70. In today's market, a high-grade 1972 Eisenhower Silver Dollar proof with a PR70 Deep Cameo DCM designation can fetch upwards of $3,000 to $5,000, depending on the demand and rarity of that specific strike. Imagine having just one coin in a box that could pay off a credit card or go toward a vacation. For the uncirculated version of the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar, things can get just as thrilling. These coins, when preserved in untouched mint condition, can command between $1,000 and $3,500, especially if they grade at the elusive MS69 level. Lower grades, like MS65 or MS66, still bring in strong prices between $50 to $250. What makes the 1972 S especially valuable is a combination of limited high-grade availability and collector interest in early Eisenhower silver coins. Proof coins with strong cameo contrast, meaning frosted features and mirror-like fields, are especially hot in the market. But here's a twist. There are also rare varieties and errors tied to the 1972 S series. While most of these were carefully struck, some planchet issues, die polish lines, or minor double dies have been discovered. These rare varieties often slip past casual collectors, but can dramatically increase a coin's value. A known error that can raise value is the presence of strike-throughs or weak strikes on the proof coins. When these flaws occur on a coin that's otherwise in perfect condition, the rarity and uniqueness can make it highly desirable among error collectors, sometimes pushing prices up to $1,500 or more. Another factor that boosts this coin's value is its silver content. Composed of 40% silver, the coin's melt value alone adds base worth. As of today, with silver trading around $30 an ounce, the melt value sits around $7 to $8, but numismatic premiums make it worth far more. Collectors love the 1972 as not just for its rarity, but also for its beauty. The design features President Dwight D. Eisenhower on the obverse and the Apollo 11 mission insignia on the reverse, a tribute to American history and space exploration. It's a coin that combines patriotism, history, and investment potential in one. If you happen to own a 1972 Eisenhower Dollar, the first step is to check the condition. Coins that have never been handled, still sealed in their original government packaging, are especially desirable. Look for sharp details, no scratches, and clean surfaces. Next, consider sending your coin to be professionally graded. A top-tier grading from PCGS or NGC could make the difference between a $20 coin and a $5,000 coin. Collectors and investors are willing to pay a premium for coins with verified grades and encapsulated protection. The demand for Eisenhower dollars has grown rapidly in recent years. Once overlooked, these coins have gained popularity among younger collectors and silver investors. This renewed interest means prices are climbing, especially for high-grade examples from key years like 1972. If you're buying a 1972 Eisenhower dollar, be cautious. There are many circulated clad versions from other mints like Philadelphia and Denver that look similar but don't carry the same value. Always check the mint mark and weight. The silver versions weigh more, around 24.6 grams versus 22.7 grams for clad coins. And here's a hot tip. Look for original government packaging, such as a blue envelope for uncirculated coins or the brown box for proof coins. These add authenticity and collector value, especially if the coin is untouched and includes the original certificate. Online auctions have revealed just how high these coins can go. One 1972 Eisenhower Dollar in PR's 70 deep cameo sold for a shocking $6,900 at auction. Others routinely sell for $1,000 or more, depending on their grade and eye appeal. These aren't just collectors' items, they're hidden treasures. Even if your coin isn't a top-grade example, it could still fetch a nice return. Many average proof versions in PR65 or PR66 sell for $15 to $50, while uncirculated versions in MS65 range around $25 to $100. That's still a solid value for a coin that many people overlook. So before you spend or sell off that shiny dollar coin you found in an old jar, take a closer look. It might be one of the high-grade or rare variety 1972 Eisenhower dollars that could make you thousands of dollars richer. These coins are out there, waiting to be discovered.